Welcome back to the EMS One Katowice final. It's day one. Things are heating up. Let's go straight over to two people that know all about that. That's Stu and Lauren. Over to you guys.
Sean, thank you very much. Looking forward to this one. We're straight into the action here. It's actually 3-1 HellRaisers versus mousesports. Lauren, take us away.
Well, obviously we are kind of jumping into this one a little bit late, but not missing out on too much if you're a mousesports fan so far. 1-3 is the scoreline. HellRaisers looking pretty solid so far. I think the likes of chrisJ actually picked up in the last couple of rounds, so really started to stretch their legs. No surprise he's at the top of the scoreboard, 3-4. So over HellRaisers, Dosia doing wonders again. We'll see HellRaisers on that T side. CT side will be mousesports. At the moment, HellRaisers probably going to go towards that A side, but they're not kind of overly investing here. They're taking their time. They're just spamming out through mid, looking for a way through. There's no real easy options, though. The CT side is certainly making them work for it. LEGIJA and cadiaN sitting quite far back here. And we'll take you through the lineups once we get a little bit of a second here. Obviously, we are jumping into this one pretty much as soon as possible because we missed a couple. So it does seem like the bomb is edging its way towards A. In the hands of markeloff with the AWP, they're just going to drop that one off. And literally, this is going quite some way down the wire. 45 seconds left. The flashes are coming through on mid, and the bomb is rotating to B, so it seems to be kind of edging through into a bit of a 3-2 split. Smoke's going down towards CT spawn. Not sure LEGIJA across, which is probably the ideal situation from this one, but let's bear in mind there are still two players present on the B site. Angel has found LEGIJA, markeloff onto Tabsen. mousesports are in trouble. cadiaN needs to hold on here. He's got two players going towards him. Dosia from the side as well, making it even harder work. 5 men still standing for HellRaisers against the mere 2 for mousesports, but let's bear in mind it's chrisJ. This guy's still alive and kicking with tizian. But I don't think they go for this one. They've got the guns, they're backing the hell up, and they're just going to try and stay alive, I can imagine here. I don't think I'd fancy my chances against 5 of the HellRaisers guys with confidence beside them. So, nicely done round so far, it seems, and I don't think that the way this is going, HellRaisers will actually lose a player.
Walk us through the match. Give us the intro as if we weren't 4 rounds in. Who are we looking for on both sides?
Well, I think it's a bit of a clear-cut ordeal here. If you're a mousesports fan, everyone knows chrisJ. He's the superstar player. He's the one that there's been a couple of question marks about his performance recently, and he will manage to stay alive by picking up the kill on Angel. Actually does get taken out by kUcheR in the end, but still, he is their key player. You know, cadiaN, LEGIJA, Tabsen, and tizian, all great within their own right, but chrisJ is your standing player to look at. Pretty much what kUcheR was in the games we saw not too long ago when we originally watched these guys. But let's bear in mind, this is kind of, their last chance to step up here. It's still best of 1 format, so it's a lot on the line, and one of these two teams will be going home.
Now on that HellRaisers side, you watched them against Virtus Pro earlier on. What were you able to save around so we can talk about, give us some further context as to what you saw against Virtus Pro? When I was watching it over in the player area, instantly drawn to markeloff and disappointed in that game.
They've lost a little bit of their sparkle. You know, when you lose players like Edward, who was previously part of this lineup, they're a very classic lineup. They finished second the last time the likes of Neo and co were on this stage during IEM, a very similar lineup formed of the previous the HellRaisers members. So they're not unaccustomed to situations like this, but they don't have that spark that you see coming out from the likes of NIP these games, even Titan before the previous, and they're very hit and miss. They make mistakes and they don't have their key standing player. kUcheR stepped up and did well, and at the moment we're seeing mousesports doing fairly well, leading a 3-on-2, and they've got 2 guns from this. This is a very big round for mousesports.
It's been a fantastic save round for them. They've been able to convert this into something that they shouldn't lose. markeloff's going to be the man who's going to have to deliver for them. LEGIJA goes down and cadiaN will come back and we'll go frag for frag. It's all on markeloff now. Time to deliver! And doesn't. And mousesports pick it up. And it's going to be 2-4. mousesports, of course, a name with so much CS legacy. Oh,
certainly. It's hard to deny that one. And to be fair, cadiaN then picking up 3 in an eco round that we pretty much wrote off going, well, it's HellRaisers. They had a solid game against a team we just saw trash Titan. And we've seen they've just turned eco round on its head. That's phenomenal stuff already coming out from mousesports. So if they keep this up, they keep kind of picking up these rounds, that's really going to put the pressure on HellRaisers, who are already, backs to the wall. So let's see what they can do here. chrisJ is running with that AWP, and we know that man can do real damage. tizian fairly late towards short, however, could be caught out here. There are a couple of players present. He's spraying down desperately. He finally picks up kUcheR, who was the standout player previously, but he's left on a mere 1 HP to try and defend this site. Thankfully, the likes of LEGIJA are here, but he's been picked up on long. Now, chrisJ is in trouble. He's backing up with AWP. He does not want to outstay his welcome here. And these flashes and smokes have been so spot on from HellRaisers taking this site. Bomb will be going down on A with just kUcheR being departed. cadiaN, chrisJ, and Tabsen, I don't see this happening for them. I don't think they're even in a position to do much with it. They may get a couple of kills, but I think that's all that she's going to be pretty much writing for this round for mouz.
Yeah, good work on the take there. Really cleaned out that side, as you pointed out. They flashed in. There was no way to defend against that from that point through, and they will take the round. Now, from mouz's perspective, they're with weapons that they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have got through the save round with those weapons. So they're in a great position now to, try and kick on this game. But 5-2 this is going to be, and that trend cannot continue, or mouz will be out before half time.
Yeah, certainly. It's mouz. They're a motivational team as well. That's one thing I find with them. When they get the ball rolling and they do well, they build drastically off the back of it. But if they don't quite start that now, as you mentioned, they're going to be in trouble. So
they moved that. They have got weapons this time, and let's see what they can do. It's going to be a full by chrisJ, the man we're following. Definitely the man to watch out for the mouz side, and he'll push up over on B, where there's absolutely no action happening for him. We're going to see all the action coming on the catwalk now as the T side will just charge. It'll be AndreN that leads it through, and they will see action. It's going to be LEGIJA and Tabsen who comes in on it as they have been flashed out and pushed back. But Tabsen and LEGIJA both get themselves a kill apiece. kUcheR will return fire for HellRaisers, but they're a man down. This has been a bad trade for them, and mouz have moved a lot of players over to counter what's left in there. chrisJ is there. He's joined by cadiaN as well, and they've got themselves the bomb down. They're going to pull all the players back to... No, they're going to dart around as they pick themselves up that next frag. chrisJ didn't stand a chance. What about the next one? Yes, nice work. cadiaN goes down. kUcheR follows up with the next one. It's all on tiziaN, 1-on-2. Famous versus 106 health. He could do this, but it's going to require something special. Puts the smoke down, makes himself big. They fire in towards that site. They're not hitting him, and he's going to get it. I don't believe it. He had no right to do it. The most simplest of tactics. I'm just going to throw down a smoke and make it really difficult. And it worked a charm. Two players couldn't pick him off.
Absolutely beautiful play. Gutsy, to say the very least. Now, the thing I really want to highlight here is, in an interview, chrisJ even said the biggest chance for victory that they believed was against HellRaisers. They need more rounds like that if they want to keep doing this, but I can imagine it's a little bit of a different sound over towards HellRaisers right now for letting that one slip. As you said, you do want to give these guys even a slight chance to start building, because, to be fair, mousesports have beaten HellRaisers on this map. So it's not far from the realm of possibility. But right now, Dosia has caught a glimpse of one player down by Pit. Doesn't get the shot to connect, however, so going to back away. And it looks like HellRaisers are just kind of slowing down their gameplay a little bit. They're not going for those all-ins. They're kind of taking their time, testing the waters. Dosia along has found chrisJ. He knows that's not the sole player towards this area, so still very cautious of tiziaN, who have just caught a glimpse of down in Pit. The smoke off there, however, isolate LEGIJA from the others, who's now going to have to deal with whatever may be coming up short. You did see cadiaN finding kUcheR. So, 1-for-1 trade so far, but not much ground covered yet by the T side, but they do have a solid in towards A now. We do see those smokes going down, the flash as well. LEGIJA hopping in between anything he can to try and get a pixel out of place. He does finally take down AndreN, and we are seeing A, long still held by tiziaN. There's no support coming. He's been locked out, and the rotate from the rest of the CT side will be coming through mid. So, 35 seconds and ticking for that bomb. We do see the push-up shot being dealt with by Dosia, being quite aggressive there, not holding back, finding cadiaN, pulls a second, and there's Angel to clean up the last. And well, HellRaisers, they're back in this one.
Third round in a row that HellRaisers got a bomb down, though, so it shows how difficult it is for that mouz side there. Their defense is hinged on their ability to retake sites, which is, you're leaving it to the last chance saloon at that point.
Yeah. I do want to point out, we saw NIP doing a very similar style earlier on in the first game against 3D Max, and they made it work perfectly. Here, not so much. Yeah,
and that's because NIP are doing it by choice. I'm not convinced mouz have a choice in what's going on. Their A defense hasn't worked for them at all, and they're having to recover out of necessity. Dosia gets himself a frag onto tiziaN, and HellRaisers pick themselves up the first. This is eco round for the CT side, and HellRaisers will look to convert this with 5 to go. They'll be 7-3 up. They want to be in a position where they're laughing at halftime. and they've started relatively strongly to get themselves there. They're going to move up again in towards A. Doesn't quite bear the same impact when you consider it's an eco, but they're pushing. chrisJ's the only man that can at the back of that site, and the nades come in. And will be a lot of damage onto AndreN there by chrisJ, and that smoke doing all manner of obscuring work, but 3 quick frags to the HellRaisers. LEGIJA did get himself up the frag onto a Dosia, but the bomb down. Couple kills there, did take down 2, and actually you look at kUcheR and Angel, they got away with only 15 points of health, so a painful pistol round, but done, sorry, painful eco round, but done, and it's 7-3.
Yeah, it is. It's you know, mousesports still have room to breathe here. I don't think we see their individual players shining on CT sides. That's generally my personal opinion. I think there's a little bit more freedom to shine here on the T side. Might see that help chrisJ maybe, but we are seeing markeloff with that AWP in mid. This time, HellRaisers in a perfect position to carry this one through, going rather aggressive to say the least here. And it's the first time we're seeing a little bit more attention towards that B site early on. We are seeing 2 players heading over in towards those tunnels, not yet converging onto the site, but certainly considering it. And Tabsen could be in trouble if he pushes a little bit too far. kUcheR is laying in wait. The CT side getting a little bit anxious. Angel finding one. kUcheR does pick up 1 kill onto Tabsen, but loses out to chrisJ. So that's a weapon in the hands of at least chrisJ for now. He goes and grabs that one. So we are going to see Angel still looking towards the A site. The bomb is joining him. The 2 players from lower B tunnels will be rotating behind. It seems like markeloff's well aware he's got a time limit to push across here. And tizian trying to make a stand, trying to buy time, trying to get a little bit more, a couple of seconds until the players can help him out, but none will be gifted as Angel will take him away from the site. And now 2v4. It's not looking too good. chrisJ and cadiaN. Surprised if they actually commit to this one, but then again, what do they have to lose? An AK in the hands of cadiaN, and chrisJ, just a pistol still being found through the smoke by Angel. That's not going to help matters. It's now cadiaN just holding the push, and I've got to say it, mousesports looking a little bit shaky so far. Didn't have the best of games earlier on. And well, cadiaN, he's doing work. He's found Dosia. But still, 3 players alive, bomb to defuse. I don't think it's quite going to happen. And, well, he's got a couple of kills. But still, it is what it is.
5th round in a row, the bomb's gone down. 2 of those have been ecos though, but HellRaisers putting rounds on the board very, very quickly. We're into round number 12, and the Ukrainian side are looking very, very good. The former Astana Dragons lineup, and let's see what they've got to offer now. As they have a bye. This is a big, big round for Mouz if they want to get anything on the board. They've got a double AWP. We're going to see them stack up chrisJ over towards Catwalk now. And there's no one coming that way for him. But markeloff will go down. Will he get a corner? No, cadiaN will be the next AWP that walks to markeloff, walks right into it. Kind of a AWP sandwich. If you don't hit chrisJ, you will hit cadiaN in the CT double doors. But he's falled back now, and they've got the man advantage. Excellent. Didn't have to trade a body for that either. And they've got down one of the danger men of this HellRaisers side, though markeloff is trailing on the board at the moment. Angel's gone a long way up, and chrisJ will see action any minute now. He's going to go short range against Angel. It won't work. LEGIJA backs him up, but AndreN comes in and trades, and we're back to a 3-on-3, and HellRaisers will look to push up. It's going to be tizian next. This is going to be another rinse, lather, and repeat attack up towards the A site. I think it might be. Yeah. Dosia and kUcheR sit on Catwalk, ready to make their push. tizian's the man who'll see action. AndreN's come all the way around to A long to help sandwich him in on that site. And there he is, he can see him. He's rattling off a few shots towards the back, and AndreN will get that. tizian down, nice shot from him. Tabsen's down in CT spawn, but bomb will get planted by kUcheR again. 6th round in a row. And this is not a passive A defense. This is an A defense with big holes in it, a la the Titanic. As we'll wait to see whether they make a commitment. With cadiaN with an AWP, I wouldn't go for it, but they did, and it's going to be 9-3, and Mouz running out of rounds on this one.
Yeah, mousesports, they've been running on Dust 2 quite some time. You know, they played their first game against tizian on it, only picking up 5 rounds. So not really looking too good in the overall picture, considering, you know, obviously HellRaisers are looking in decent form here. We saw them not too long ago up against obviously the previous team we saw just beat titan, but that was a very close game, a lot closer than the game with titan, so who knows what we can take from that. But cadiaN did get tagged on the cross, so he's already down to only 38 HP thanks to the hands of markeloff there with that AWP. And we are going to be seeing them just with those pistols. A couple of new ones in the mix, and markeloff doing the damage, but LEGIJA does find AndreN, so, a couple of kills being picked up here and there for mouz. chrisJ finds Dosia, and are they going to turn this one around again? These guys seem to only come to play when the odds are stacked against them even heavier. So, 4v2, markeloff and kUcheR left alive. Can they pick this one up? This is dangerous times. So we've got a couple of AKs now in the hands of mousesports. chrisJ, LEGIJA, and Tabsen all claiming one. This is a good turnaround if they can. But there we go, markeloff still alive, and kicking does get dealt with by LEGIJA, but now kUcheR left alive, 1v3, 52 seconds, and he's pretty much surrounded with the bomb quite far away. It's not looking too good for him. chrisJ just taking his time. I think he caught a glimpse. He knows he's there. Gonna wait for the shot, take him down, and a big round for mousesports, but these guys seem to pick it up when they do not necessarily, deserve it in any way, shape, or form. Crazy diffuses that were off the back of an eco, and then rounds like this, these guys seem to like it when it gets a little bit tougher.
Yeah, but I struggle to draw legitimacy in that. If you look at the last game, VP versus Titan, and the way that they handled eco rounds, they would sit back. HellRaisers did none of the following. Sit back, attack as a unit, wait and see what their opponent would do. They did nothing. They were just convinced that a regular strat would work and that there wouldn't be any form of kind of grouping up from a team who were on an eco. It wasn't strong from HellRaisers. It wasn't good cricket, let's put it that way. As tizian pushes in, gets himself one, LEGIJA helps himself to the second and a third, and that'll be 3 quick frags for mousesports, and they've been allowed a route back in here by HellRaisers that they maybe don't deserve. As pushing, cadiaN gets himself the next with AWP. Angel just walking right between the crosshair, and now it's Dosia or bust with 23 points of health. cadiaN will lose his AWP to him, but he's still got a long old way to go. chrisJ is lined up with his AWP, but he's actually down over at long A. Dosia is going to see Tabsen by the double doors. No one actually showing for him. Bomb up on the catwalk, on the top of the catwalk, almost in the entrance towards that A site. So Dosia's going to try and be a nuisance, but mousesports playing this by the book, showing nothing, and letting that clock run down. And this will, this should take us into a position where Dosia will get away and may be able to hold on to that AWP now. That'll give him 20 seconds to get all the way around to the backside over towards B. He should hold on to that AWP. Or not. He's going to go a little more aggressive. No, he's just going to push through.
Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. They don't seem to like kind of relaxing HellRaisers. They do seem to just kind of go a little bit crazy on this one. But obviously, scoreline is 5-9 at the moment. HellRaisers not looking as solid as when we initially jumped into this, but we did miss the first couple of rounds, so we're kind of playing catch up to what's been going on. And a mixed bag coming out from HellRaisers, a couple of Galil's pistol in there. Double AWP combo, however, for mousesports looks a little bit better. So chrisJ running with that one, but we do see 3 players, now 4, joined by the bomb towards B. AndreN, Dosia, kUcheR, and markeloff all checking that one out. And actually, it wouldn't be a bad option at the moment. They have only 1 player dedicated towards that B site, which is Tabsen. Still, do you want to funnel into that in such an important round? So round 15, in a best of 1, you want to be making sure you're doing the best with it. So cadiaN could be in trouble. He's back away, he's being overwhelmed at mid, and he's going to be switching up this time. Tabsen now coming into the effect, takes down AndreN, but can they find the other 2 members? Tabsen's going aggressive as well. He wanted to get anything he could out of that, but now B is in danger. They switched up, and they did not expect kUcheR to be there so damn quickly. Found cadiaN, and now they're going to have to play for that retake on towards B. 55 seconds left. The T-side have, a fair bit of time to play with, and they're not just going straight across. They are picking up kill after kill. Angel finds LEGIJA. Now Tabsen's still pretty much the closest man to the job. Has to get that bomb defused. Smoke does come through. The 3 players are at ramp right now. markeloff and kUcheR are being flashed to hell. They can barely see anything, and here comes the push. tizian finding 1, but kUcheR dealing with the threat. He picks up 2, and we see HellRaisers keeping a firm lead going into the second half.
They do. 10-5, should be 12-3, should be something better than that. The rounds that HellRaisers lost were rounds that they kind of gave away, to be honest.
Yeah.
But from their perspective, they probably don't care. They're 10-5 up. They'll feel confident going into the half, and we'll see what they can throw at the mouz side on their CT angle. From your perspective, mouz on CT, mouz on T, what have they got to offer? What can they do differently?
chrisJ with a bit of freedom, I'd say. He can actually run around and be that dangerous player he can be. Whether or not, he'll be allowed to do it by HellRaisers, very different matter. But, T-side is favoured. There's a slight bias to it. Maybe not a 10-5 bias, but it's still certainly there. But we're going to have to see how it goes, pretty much. It's all about how they turn up. We saw some dangerous rounds coming in from mousesports. They, turned up, but as you said, maybe HellRaisers kind of gave those away a little bit more.
Well, there were those 2 rounds. It should have been 12-3. You got the first where that was the eco that was just all over the place from HellRaisers. They weren't playing like they were playing against the team on Nico. And then the following round, the entry into A was a mess.
True.
I think it was tizian who picked up 2 frags as a result, or Tabs who picked up 2 frags as a result. No nades coming into that A entry, or poor nades coming into that A entry that just gave nothing. That just gave that round away. And maybe it's because they don't. Maybe because they think they've won this game already. I don't know, but not a good performance.
No, and considering they had a very close game prior, you'd think they'd kind of want to buckle down as much as possible and just try and really secure the games they have upcoming. And you can never take these things too lightly, even if it's just like a bit of a warm-up. And obviously, because we did miss the start here and we didn't get to show you this, I don't think we need to tell you who these players are. But anyway, for mousesports, it is cadiaN, chrisJ, LEGIJA, Tabsen, and tizian. For HellRaisers, you've already seen them once today. It's AndreN, Angel, Dosia, kUcheR, and markeloff. So, they're missing some of their key factors. I'd say Edward is a big loss for HellRaisers, but they still seem to be, collecting the results to this point, and I think most expected them to get to this stage. But then it gets to the next round, and maybe these sloppy rounds that they kind of show a lot of weakness in can really become a real issue.
We're about to find out. Pistol round that if mouz are to be serious contenders in this game, they must win, because the game could be beyond them if not. So they'll push him. They've got opening frag coming the way of Angel, and it's mouz with 3 players going down long A, and 3 frags coming in for HellRaisers. 2 left standing. It's LEGIJA and Tabsen to push it, trying to make the crossover now, but AndreN's waiting for them, and AndreN delivers for HellRaisers. Great round from him. He picked up 2. Angel picked up the other one, another 2 as well, and HellRaisers just mopped up that long A push.
Yeah, that was just so well done, and as you said, that was a huge round that mousesports could have done with. 3 rounds almost gifted to you back-to-back, maybe 2 at a minimum, but not to be, sadly. But this time, we see them in more of their comfort zone, maybe, with just pistols against, a fully bought-out team, or at least a partially one. markeloff and Angel opting for something a little bit lighter there, just with the, obviously the pistol for him, and Angel with the FAMAS. So, AndreN will be laying away, a couple of bullets shot through. kUcheR still tucked into the side, but he's actually back away a bit, playing a little bit more passively maybe. He's not so secure about mid. They do know there's a player there. That's probably why we've seen a little bit of a rotate from markeloff coming through due to cadiaN. kUcheR needs to keep his eyes on these B tunnels. There are players waiting. I think he's getting slowly but surely more aware of that. Just taking his time, getting set up. He's in a lovely little spot, and as you can see there, merely centimeters apart. Does he have the patience to wait out? 1 minute left on the board. There's still a lot of time to be worked with. Mousesports don't have to do these all-in rushes just because they're on pistols. We know these guys can do well. Can they make this round stick? They definitely need it in the bag. If HellRaisers gets it 12-5, it's just looking dire. But first couple of shots come through. It's being toyed with by 2 members, but my god, the kills are just coming in left, right, and center. He's just holding them in place. He picked up the first one to LEGIJA. markeloff gets the nade out, and already joined by AndreN, but Tabsen found a way through. AndreN quickly comes in to make sure the threat doesn't get too far out of control. And well, right now it's just Tabsen alive. He's taking down markeloff, but still 3 players standing in his way between him and a 6th round on the board. I don't think it's looking too good for him. In we go anyway. Deagle's not going to be enough, and Angel will pick it up. So another round on the board for HellRaisers. Don't get me wrong, the mousesports did the damage. They got 2 players down, but too little, too late.
Good play from kUcheR there. He waited it out, and then when the action started coming, A, insta-headshot always helped, and B, by the time he made himself a big enough target, that by the time he started losing health, AndreN was already there to help him out, and the rest was history. So 12-5, HellRaisers on the victory trail, as they will push on through now. It's going to be AndreN to an Angel to lead in. He's got cadiaN just on the other side there with a whopping 18 points of health to play with. So he'll fall back with chrisJ. tizian, Tabsen, and LEGIJA all just sat in the middle, and the mouz team trying to make themselves as loud as they can. Are going to push up, and from HellRaisers, they're going to look to convert this one out. You can see that they've sat back rightly here. This is the lesson that they maybe didn't learn last time around, that playing against, or that is much easier to do on a CT side, play a much more passive game against an eco team who are just going to come at you en masse in one area. Whoa, and another one! The first nade took them all down, and the third one wiped them all out. And that'll be, sorry, the second one wiped them all out. And Angel and Kit will finish off cadiaN. chrisJ, the last man standing, but isn't standing anymore. And that'll be 13-5.
That's gotta hurt. They didn't even a chance to make it towards A. It was just, we'll toy with the idea of short, allow it to take away literally all of your health, and then follow it with another. Such late nades like that really just catching mousesports out. And let's bear in mind the fact here that there's no more second tries for mousesports. This is all they're gonna get, and I think a lot of people would expect them, maybe to struggle against some of the teams, but going out so early in such a big tournament really can hurt. And markeloff just adding insult to injury there, picking up the first kill on chrisJ, the man tipped to be such an important factor. We are seeing a very aggressive HellRaisers there. Angel going straight mid. Does get a little bit found out by LEGIJA there, so 1-for-1 trade so far, but those nades are just not helping the matter at all. mousesports got to be kicking themselves for these. It's 3 left now, and you're getting so close to game point. Bearing in mind, best of ones. You don't get anything other than what you're given right now, and cadiaN, Tabsen, and tizian have to somehow dig deep enough here. They are looking like they want to hit that mid area. They've got 2 players already there. And we are seeing a 2-man stack from the CT side as well, but those flashes doing wonders, allowing Tabsen to come through, pick up AndreN, but kUcheR finds both of them back to back, and that's just not helped as cadiaN finally springs into effect, but he cannot do enough as Dosia around the back straight away, and we are very close to match point already.
mousesports have been mowed down here by the HellRaisers side, and yeah, they're going out with a whimper.
Yes, pretty much.
And it's a long old way to Katowice to turn around on your first day.
Yep.
But there's a Pizza Hut here that they'll get to experience, and a few other things.
It's a good place to be.
markeloff picks himself up the frag onto cadiaN, and he'll go through. We've got 4 frags away from match point, and it's difficult to see this because this has just been such a one-sided game. I'm not one to get shy about getting excited, but this has been such a one-sided game.
Yes.
And mousesports have brought so little to this party. And to be honest, I think HellRaisers have been kind of phoning it in as well. And that's been good enough to get them through. Angel and AndreN pick themselves up frag and plucked out of the sky as LEGIJA picks off markeloff, almost fly swatting. As he'll fall back, has an AWP, has a 1-on-2. This is an opportunity for him. Let's see what he's got in his locker. As the 2 CTs have no idea where he is. They do know where the bomb is, though. That's down at long A, and that's what they're looking after. As LEGIJA's made his way all the way up round towards Catwalk, and now they'll start to cover it. LEGIJA's got to hit that first shot, and didn't. And now is taking damage himself, and will fall back, and this is going to be a very long 30 seconds for him. As we will head towards match point. Oh, gets a headshot onto Angel. Now he's got a 1-on-1. Can he pull this one off? He's got the weapon to do it, but 15 seconds to play with. AndreN decides to put some distance between him. Comes out firing. This is not the idea. AndreN needs to pull back. And LEGIJA pulls it off. AndreN, you had 7 seconds to make yourself invisible. Why, oh, why did he go for it? And mousesports get another round that they didn't deserve.
Most certainly, what on earth just happened? Don't get me wrong, you have the advantage at this point, but you don't want to be giving away rounds at the very worst that can happen. Okay, next game, HellRaisers, they got titan. You cannot make mistakes like that against those guys. They will punish you thoroughly, and mousesports did the same. 6-14 though. Still not looking too pretty for mousesports, but still, there's a little bit of light kind of flickering at the end of the tunnel, but I don't know if they can do anything about it. It's a very different matter. Already cadiaN very much tagged up, down to 58 HP. And a flicker of health taken away from HellRaisers so far. So nice initial work coming out. cadiaN just loading off the AWP. Not worth him picking that one up. Leaving it to chrisJ now. Certainly a talented man with this weapon, but if there's any time to start using it, it's going to be now. It does seem as though they're going for that short play again. I think there's 2 players stacked up here though, and look at markeloff. This could be over quite quickly, but actually it's tizian finding the way through. He's taking down markeloff, taking down Angel. Now A is open for the taking, but look at the position here. LEGIJA can go big as well. 2 players in mid. He's caught him around the back, but he fluffs the shot completely. Oh my god, LEGIJA, you need to land this right now. Finally steps up, takes down Dosia. The bomb down and planted. AndreN and kUcheR still to find. mousesports are in a good spot, but the HP is not sitting perfect, so let's keep that in mind. cadiaN has found AndreN, and kUcheR, I doubt he's going to have much of this one. He's getting the hell out of there with that lovely little M4 to hand, and I don't think he's going to be in too much trouble unless LEGIJA does manage to catch him, and he does. Lovely round coming from mousesports, well executed, if I can speak English, but I once again feel, did HellRaisers get a little bit sloppy there? I don't know. I think it was Tabsen who got the 2 on short. Beautiful play from him, but then they just kind of didn't really do much, HellRaisers. They kind of fizzled down a bit.
Gotta give credit to LEGIJA. Okay, we picked up that he won a 1-on-2 that was more opponent mistake, but he still was there. He still won that 1-on-2.
Yes.
And he still got 19 frags this game. He got 2 or 3 that last round as well. You know, so gotta give him credit. He's the one. He's the pulse of that mouz team right now. And there's the Shoutcaster's curse in earnest.
Way to go, Stuart.
As he gets picked off.
Jason wouldn't do that.
As tizian pushes in towards the B site. He will get himself the frag onto AndreN before kUcheR comes back. A trade coming all over the place as markeloff gets dropped down. Dosia will follow back up with 2 of his own, and that should put them in the driving seat. It's cadiaN last, and cadiaN's down. And that puts us into 8 match points to HellRaisers.
Yeah, I'd love to say this could go all the way, but as we mentioned, it seems that mousesports do well when LEGIJA does well, or when there's a mistake up for grabs. And you know, it's been a fairly quiet game for some of the members of mousesports as well. They're not all having those strong standout games we sometimes see from them. At the moment, the likes of Dosia and Angel on 25, where the closest is LEGIJA for mouz, and already a tag coming through. That's actually in favour to mouz for one, so they're able to pick that one up. Big aggressive play down on long. We are seeing Dosia once again bringing the pain. chrisJ has been immediately removed, and markeloff backs the hell up. Tagged up, down to 22 HP. He's going to have to be careful now. You cannot take this too lightly. Let's bear in mind, they have 1 round here, mouz. They are not, going down without a fight, but they've got a big fight ahead of them if they want to pick this one up. 5 men still stand against them. They have their star power removed of chrisJ so far. Can the 4 of them make it count? And you see them still in mid as well. They're looking like they want to go through towards that section. They've been doing well on their A pushes, but can they make it happen this time? Last time around, let's bear in mind, kUcheR picked up a beautiful double. If he goes the same way, he could be in trouble. It's AndreN going for the clear exchange there. He picks up Tabsen, but cadiaN replies, and now tizian breaking through towards B. It's game on right now for mouz. It's a 3v3, but Dosia still alive with the ult, finds tizian, bring it to a 3-on-2 into the favour of HellRaisers. But LEGIJA holding the rotate, beautifully played, well read by him. Finds another, bringing it all even. And now the bomb is down. Oh, Pixel appeared for Dosia then. Didn't land that shot though. So we are going to be seeing a little bit of time there left for mousesports to set up, but not much. 1 up now. markeloff still running with his... Oh! cadiaN with the no-scope finding markeloff. And maybe the game is still afoot as just Dosia left alive here. And he's going for this one. And there we have it. cadiaN, lovely play at the end. 3 kills for him. Locking it down. And a bomb plant to boot. So not bad work from mousesports.
Good work from mouz. When they opened up that B site, they didn't need a second ask to come in and put that bomb down. And it'll be 15-8 to HellRaisers. Still 7 match points for them to contest with. And you got to feel that they're looking strong. As cadiaN will push through. It's going to be Tabsen and tizian rushing in towards B to try and meet with kUcheR. And they were quicker to the mark than he was, but didn't push down. AndreN's going to join them, so it'll be 2-on-2 on B. In the meantime, Angel is
scout.
Yeah, is holding back. And Dosia does get himself that frag on tizian. I was fascinated with what tizian was doing in B. Didn't work out for them in the end. And we'll see as the HellRaisers side find themselves, despite our match point, on a save. A man to the good. Let's see what they're able to do about that. cadiaN's going to see action next as AndreN comes charging around, but chrisJ and cadiaN both get frags. HellRaisers start to fall as the push in towards the A site comes. The grenade gets rid of one. markeloff follows suit as well, and now it's kUcheR on 4 with a bomb going down A. cadiaN will see him next, and kUcheR picks him off and will look to move up now on towards Catwalk, gets himself the AK for his trouble as well. Bomb planted. He has 2 players on low health, but with money being what it is, it's simply Redwood saying too tight to mention. He'll pull out and save that AK, and we'll see. So 15 will play 9 next, and 6 rounds the difference.
Yeah, it's getting closer. Let's bear in mind, but you know, at what point do you think HellRaisers will start going, I wish we didn't drop these silly rounds? You know, the occasional ones that they pretty much gave away will suddenly come back and be a little bit of a haunting factor, I can imagine. But at the moment, it's all down to mouz stepping it up, and so far they're doing quite well. But once again, we're against a team who's sitting on match point, and you know, HellRaisers, they definitely need this one. Whoever loses will be leaving us. Whoever wins, we're going to face tizian in the next round. Not exactly an easy opponent in any way, shape, or form. And chrisJ fancying his chances early on there with the AWP. Not going to get a connection this time, but maybe this A-push will kind of work out a little bit better for markeloff. It's Angel actually picking up the first. This is looking troublesome for mousesports. Can they hold on? They are actually committed towards this long push. There's 3 players here, and a massive amount of HellRaisers as well. markeloff isn't too far away. They've got a player on the A site, and markeloff expecting the short push, but Dosia is there finding cadiaN anyway. Angel has finally fallen to LEGIJA. They've broken through on long, but still 3 men standing in their way between the bomb site and another rotating up short. It's not looking good. markeloff just getting boosted up here. Nice little peek down towards long. See those nades raining in towards him. Let's get the shot to tizian. LEGIJA has replied, so he's going back and forth, but LEGIJA's continuing. LEGIJA's not done just yet, but AndreN finally shuts him down. The last man alive is chrisJ, tipped as the superstar. Can he keep his team in this one? He's going to have to do an absolute wondrous job here with that AWP to hand. He's got 45 seconds to save this. Fakes out the bomb, trying to draw the play from short. Little does he know there's one merely steps away in the form of AndreN. Is absolutely nerve-wracking. He gets gotten tagged up by kUcheR then. But oh my god, he did find AndreN, but kUcheR swiftly shut down that threat. And we will be seeing HellRaisers going on.
Yeah, good play from HellRaisers to close that one out. Actually nicely done from mouz and chrisJ in particular with that no-scope once he got into a 1-on-2. But it will be HellRaisers that push through, and they go up against tizian next, and much tougher tests lie ahead for them.